Men coming or not coming.
To come or not to come. We recently had a question from somebody asking if it was normal for a guy not to come ejaculate during sex. And so we decided to do a video on it because we touched upon females not being able to come and how normal it was.
Yeah.
And we want to do the same for guys.
Because we both had experiences during sex where the guy hasn't come.
Yes, we have, and again, it is a completely normal thing. There are a number of reasons why a guy might not be able to ejaculate, the same as a girl not being able to come, due to something like circumcision or not having a very sensitive penis, so you have to be a little bit more vigorous with it.
Go for ages.
And again, that can happen to girls as well. Some people have to be really light to the touch, and some people have to be quite rough.
And also, like, there's so many different factors, I think, when it comes to men. Like, alcohol is a big one.
Major, especially if you're trying to keep aroused. And, you know, with a girl, we don't have to be aroused all the time to have something in us. But with a guy, if you want to have sex, you have to be hard. And so alcohol, drugs, being too tired can affect it. Also mentality, your happiness. If you're stressed at work, then it's going to be difficult for you to stay turned on. Again, very, very similar to girls. But when you don't come, you're expecting to see something. And it doesn't feel like a release. It can be more stressful if you don't get to come. And it can be difficult if you're with a partner or you know, one night stand. They might not understand or might be worried about the way that they feel. Again, it's completely normal.
It is completely normal.
It happens to lots and lots of people all the time, and the best thing to remember is that it happens to everybody. So if it happens to you and you are worried about what the other person thinks, then just reassure them, saying that, you know, it's nothing to do with them. It could just be you. And if you are really, really, really worried, then I always recommend going to see a doctor or doing a bit of research yourself.
Because if it is something that's affecting you, like, every time you have sex, then you might, I mean, especially if you want to have babies in the future, you might want to have that looked at.
You want to come. And again, there could be other medical reasons why you're not ejaculating. It's always best to check yourself out. In my personal experience, I've been with guys that have been too drunk and not been able to come. I've been with guys that have had maybe something wrong with their bottom bits. I can't say bottom bits, that's awful. You don't have bottom bits, guys. That's terrible. They've had maybe a cyst on their testicles, or they've got what's it called when you're really worried about the size of your penis, like almost like stage fright, like sex stage fright. Again, that can affect you for not being able to come. Confidence, yes, that can affect it. Why am I repeating you? This is bullshit. I know that some guys that have had circumcisions later on in life have a problem with being able to ejaculate because the sensitivity is gone, and also you have to get over the fact of losing a bit of your penis. Again, completely normal. The best thing that I can recommend is probably just trying to be confident in yourself. And some guys just don't have sensitive dicks. Some guys are, you know, they really have to bash at their cock to even make themselves come, let alone another person. I know with my boyfriend, I'm the first girl to make him ejaculate from giving head. And again, that might just be because I've had more opportunity to do it, and it's not been a one night stand. But it's difficult. Different penises have different sensitivity levels.
And also, if you masturbate very frequently, this can also make your sensitivity a lot lower. So
although if you masturbate a lot, it does build up more cum. If you don't masturbate an awful lot, then you might go for periods of weeks where your testicles actually just doesn't produce the sperm or the cum because it doesn't need to. You're not wanking enough, really.
I think I've experienced guys that, because they wank really hard themselves, they become so much less sensitive but it's because of how they wind themselves off.
Yeah. I mean, again, I would say that's probably just down to skin sensitivity. So if you're not, you're gonna play with yourself as hard as you need to come.
But it's just not going to be as hard as a woman is.
Yes, yeah. I mean, like, I've been with guys where they've needed it so hard, and I physically cannot keep going. That and my arm aches.
Yeah.
But again, there's nothing wrong with that at all. You just have to be aware that some girls might not be able to make you come, and be okay with that. Be like, fuck it, I'm not going to wait for a girl to toss me off. I'm going to tell her to get on her knees and take my cum in her mouth while I wank. It just depends on how you look at it. You could turn it into something a little bit more fun rather than dwelling on it. And the worst thing you can do is really let it affect your life. If you're too nervous about having sex because you won't come, the best thing to do is seek medical advice, or actually going and seeking help, doing some research, looking at things that can help you. Diet can help you. It's just silly things like that.
Yeah, there are so many things.
Being less stressed at work, going for therapy, doing yoga can help. All kinds of things. There's never all kinds of things can help.
So don't be ashamed, like, if you can't come during sex, because it is normal.
Completely.
But, like, if you can never come during sex, then it's something you might want to research.
Yes.
Investigate.
And just be aware that there could be 1,000 other reasons why you haven't been able to come. It might not be anything serious, but always check out for irregularities in your cum. If you've got blood, if it's a different colour, if you're not coming, it's always best to look it up and check with someone who's medically trained. Cool. So that's a little bit about coming, and we hope you can come.